If we do get back, this has been a very successful mission. Oh, there's a lot of junk lying around. Not gonna lie. I'm not worried about the stuff in Juno, but there's stuff flying around as well. Okay, let's get rid of that now. So we just want to get out of Juno, really. You think it resets as not done when you collect and store them? Right. Yeah, because it doesn't know that you've done it and stored it away in on the hard drive. Right, I think we are now officially out of Juno, and no, biome Midland Sea. We're not out of Juno yet. Wait, what? We can't be in the Midland Sea. Doesn't make any sense. Recommended interplanetary transfers from a near circular orbit. Eccentricity less than 0.2. Our eccentricity is 1.7. Plan transfer starting in orbit with eccentricity 1.6 may not intersect target properly. Okay. So what it's saying is our Apo and our Peri are way too different. Our current Apo is 21 million meters and our Peri is 13 million meters. We've also got slight inclination, I think. So I seem to remember the inclination was not expensive to change. Yeah. So we could get that sorted. Someone explain what's going on. Heli pilot, we're trying to get from where we are. Think of it this way. We kind of went out to Mars. This is Earth. This is Mars. We went out to Mars. We're now orbiting the sun. And now we're trying to get back to Earth. We could try a home and transfer and see what it says. Yikes. 962 Delta V. And we have 1,050. But that may not be the most efficient way of doing it. If we go for the advanced transfer, use regular home and transfer functions accepting the body opposite the sun, right? So we can't do that. I don't know if doing a home and transfer now is the best thing. It says at the optimum time. When does it say that is? In 2 years. So the optimum time is in 2 years. 102 days. and will cost a lot of Delta V. So yeah, we can kind of, with the 40 Delta V that we'll have left, maybe we can tweak things to get some kind of atmospheric braking going. If we can get an atmospheric brake going off Kerbin, we'll be fine. But if we're coming in at the wrong angle and we don't have enough Delta V, we could just end up slingshotting away. That includes a capture burn. Oh, does it? Where does it say that? Oh, intercept only, no capture burn. So without that, it would be 271 Delta V. Okay. So if you want to plan a flyby, I'm going to do that. Because that includes capture, which means we're fine. We can make it back, I think. Do you know what? If we hadn't have thrown away the lights and the RCS thrusters and emptied the tank, we would not have made it back. It's that close. It really is that close. The fact that we shed excess weight, put all the equipment on the ground, removed all the things we didn't need. No, if you click this, it says no capture burn, which is 251 Delta V. If you have it with a capture burn, it's 962. Surface deployed mystery gear observation generated 360 science points. Wait, did that just get transmitted back? No way. Generated and transmitted 36 science points. Somehow that's getting relayed back from Juno. Is that because we're here? Maybe. Maybe it transmitted it to us. I reckon if we put something in polar orbit, we'll just get continuous signs. 36 back to Kerbin again. That doesn't seem probable to get it from Juno to here, given it had a small array on the ground. We've literally got to wait like 2 years. We've got 1 year left. Maybe because of the antenna around you put on the moon. I don't know. The little antenna that we put on Juno doesn't feel to me like it can transmit all the way back to the moon. Although Juno is not far from Kerbin now, but before it was quite a way off. It'd be nice if it showed you the transmission line. But right now it's stopped transmitting signs. I think it was doing it via us. I think that's what was happening. Because when we was back near Juno, in between Kerbin and Juno, we was getting signs, but now we're not. So I think we was the relay. Yeah, OJ, it does. I'll have to have a look. I don't think there's a direct line from Juno to Kerbin, but I think if we put a probe in orbit, I reckon it might. Alright, here we go. Now the planets have quite literally aligned. We are good to burn. This is all of our Delta V going in right now. We're doing 10 kilometers a second. 10 kilometers. That's some speed. You reckon, Alex? I reckon you could in space, mate. You could run that fast in space. Cool. We have 87 Delta V left. Rip. No SOI found on plan. I don't think we're going to have enough Delta V to make this work, you know. Right now, it's not got a thing saying Kerbin SOI. Kenko, thank you for 53 months. How you doing, sir? Sveev, thank you for 46. How are you enjoying the PMDG, Mr. Kenko? I don't understand this. Why is it not? It doesn't feel like we're intercepting at all. You're loving it. Yeah, I saw that news about the Phoenix. Was it $49.99? We've not intercepted this in any way. I think the game has lied. Oh, there you go. We're intercepting it over here. US Air Force livery. Why? Oh, there's a comet or something nice. It. You can actually go and intercept then. You don't see them very often, though. I don't know, Jonathan. I really don't know, mate. We'll find out. Dark Gaming. It's the one that we was playing last year. Continued with some updated mods. Any races coming up in iRacing? At the moment, we don't have any plans for any iRacing at the moment. Looks like we're going straight in, doesn't it? Exactly, Bigfoot. Yeah, so like right now we are just going straight in. I mean, we're not going very quick. Trying to work out what kind of maneuver we need to just not like we just want to like change course very slightly, don't we? That's more Delta V than we even have. It looks like we're just going in hot, basically. Because we have 87 Delta V, and that's all of it right there. Yeah, we'll get aero capture. I just wonder if there's anything we can do. Like, we're just literally on a crash course. Blazehead, thank you for 2 months. Try to pass deep through the atmosphere. I don't think we have a choice. I think maybe I should have done it back here. Like back here, I should have made a course correction. Let's just go with that. Use all the last bit of Delta V to do that. It'll give us a fighting chance. At least we're coming in at a slight angle instead of just going directly at it. Squeaking out all the Delta V. We have 6 Delta V left. All right. We can use the last bit of Delta V just to get away from the other part of the rocket. Oof, that was nearly too much. Right, let's see. Get rid of that. Turn that on. What I'm thinking is we just detach and then use the last bit Delta V to fire. Then that puts us away from the rest of this. Is there anything I need to do before I separate? I'm just trying to think. I don't know. I don't want a quick save yet, just in case we need to go back. In case we die in a huge fireball. No, we've got the heat shield on the bottom of this thing. Or at least we should. This is a re-entry pod. It has survived before. Whether it'll survive this time, I don't know. Can we flick to that? I thought we put an SAS module on that. On one version of this, we had a module. Oh well. It's in the hands of the gods now. We're just going to follow that in. The only thing we've got on board now is 3 very excited, although Bob looks a bit terrified, looking people and a whole world of science data. You put modules on 2nd and 3rd. It's giving us good separation, actually. That'll burn up long before we get there. Past Africa. You'll just see a fireball shortly. Oh, this angle. This is a brutal re-entry angle. This is where you hope that everything doesn't just explode. Kind of like that. And that is when Bob, Valentina, and the French guy all died instantaneously. Like, there's just literally nothing left. Oh, dear. It was way too steep. Okay, I think we'll make a slight course correction a bit earlier and we should be fine. Which bit are we on here? Okay, so this is where we're about to do the transfer, wasn't it? We already aligned with them. What's the eccentricity? 1.7. So I haven't done that yet. So if I do that, change inclination. Let's get that done. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, Nerdy Drew. It's exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to make an adjustment so that we're like skimming it slowly rather than just going straight in. We'll see. We'll see if we can get them back. Okay, eccentricity 0.23. Scout, thank you for 30 months. Better to wait for the best transition. You have to wait anyway. We literally waited over 2 years, Jerry. We did wait for the best transition. Look, we did a home and transfer at the optimum time, and when you create that node, it's 2 years and 104 days. That is the best time. The only other option is to go for this, which is like an intercept only, no capture burn. But then I don't think that's going to be the best way of doing it. They waited 2 years to explode. They didn't know that. They thought they were getting back. No, this time we need to basically do some adjustment burn a lot earlier. I would love to have a bit more Delta V. Like if we had 1400 Delta V, would be comfortable. We could make a nice adjustment coming in. So like I said, I think the change we need to make to the ship is get rid of that RCS tank. We don't need the RCS thrusters really. Or if we do, we could just have some small pods. And then put a fuel tank there instead. That extra fuel would have given us what we needed. Yeah, look, we're getting signs transmitted because we're not far away. I think we are the relay. It's beaming to us and we're beaming back to Kerbin, look. But when we get too far away from this, that's when we lose it. So I think we do need to pull a probe back here. Yeah, but how, Nerdy Drew? There's no options here to do it. There's no, like, do a home and transfer and try and get a capture within 100k of Kerbin. There's no options. That is the point where it stops transmitting, I think. Nope. So that's pretty much the radius. That's about that. So that's at least the radius of that. That's quite a big transmission. I think it's just a mod. It transmits 30% each moment you have on board and you lose the 30% when you land. Don't think that's what's happening, is it? It says surface deployed goo observations from Juna's surface. It literally says from the surface. You can do a fine-tune approach maneuver, but only when you've finished doing your transfer. I don't think at this stage you can actually see what kind of... It doesn't let you view what kind of approach you're going to get. If you click on that maneuver node, you don't get anything. You pretty much just get an intercept. Like, once we get into Kerbin's SOI, we can then plan the approach, and the earlier we do it, the less Delta V. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. We may not be able to make this work. We might have to stay in orbit around the sun and go and rescue him. I wonder if KSP2 will work on KSP's SOI principle, or whether they'll do something different. If you change focus to Kerbin, it should show the trajectory inside the SOI. Imagine if SpaceX AP is just mech chip. Upgraded version of mech chip. Hang on, if we slow this down. It says target position. Kerbal encounter. Closest approach separation 1.1. Well, this is it. Yeah, but also, Laura, it's so hard to see what is actually happening. Like, can we do a fine-tune closest approach to target? Let's try that. So what if we say 70k? Like, I'm trying to remember now, when you go back to Kerbal, if you want to skim the atmosphere, but you need to skim it enough to get an aero brake, a proper aero brake going. What would that look like? 2.5 delta V. 35 to 40. So if we do like 35, we can waste 2.4 delta V now, and it'll aim to be within 35k of the planet. Focus view. If you double click Kerbal, it doesn't do anything. You can't do that, Nerdy Drew. Doesn't seem to do anything. Oh, hang on. That's what we're looking like. 73k, but we've just fine-tuned it. So if we create and execute that, I just want to go and jump back to the ship now. How do I jump back to that ship? I'm double clicking it. It's not doing it. Do I literally have to go back to the space center? That's so rubbish. The what? The what? The backtick key? Sadly, that was too late. No, tilde is a different key. Tilde's near the hash key. The backtick key is up near the one. On my keyboard, anyway. Right, fine-tune closest approach. 40k. 2.4k. Remove. Create and execute. Go back to Kerbal. That is nonsense. That's nonsense. Like, what we just told that to do and what this is saying is going to happen now are completely different things. was late firing. It was late firing. Remove all nodes. Lead time. All right. 20 seconds. Now it won't do it. See, as soon as you create it, the timer's already wrong. So how do I tell it do it in like 10 seconds time? On a 40k burn, auto warp tolerance, whatever that is. Indeed, just I don't understand. I thought that was the whole point of the game. So we're always going to be late firing. This is bonkers. Well, we could have a manual alignment, but it's pretty difficult to get it right, isn't it? Because you got to go here, edit the node, then go over there to see what it does. And now I can't delete that node because I can't click on it anymore. $47k. Right, that'll do. That will do. Bottom left, click the arrow next to where it says orbit. You can bring up the maneuver node there. What, this? Oh, I see. You can cycle through the maneuvers. Gotcha. Come on, we've got to get these boys home. Don't know, Maslin. It might do. Alright, let's get rid of that. Finally. Right. So we have a periapse of 47k, according to this. So I don't think we need to do any burning whatsoever right now. We just go in. I'm going to quick save that. We go in and try and skim it. See what happens. Hopefully we get enough error braking to at least collapse this Apo down. Well, I don't know. 47k, I don't know. It really does depend on the amount of error brake we get. Okay, right. We don't have any shield on the bottom of this tank. Probably not a good thing. So the only other option is to come in at less of an altitude and just skim it, but we need to like go through enough atmosphere to stop us from escaping, and I don't know how much that is. As we go through it, this will come down, but by how much? I don't know if it models the aerodynamics that much, does it? Does not at all. I have 9 seconds of burn. There you go. Right, so that answers that question. I think we'll hopefully make a pass and then come around again. Yeah, we're going down for sure. It's just, can we go down in a controlled fashion? I think we should start leaving shortly. So we get another runner at it, which is probably for the best. There you go. That's nice. So we can come back around again, skim it. That's still at 47k, which is nice. You don't have enough heat shield capsule to survive on its own unless your orbit is very low, as it only has 20 units of ablator. Yeah. So what do you suggest? Leave this on and go in with this? go back around. So maybe then, what would the upgrade... Like, we need to make a whole lot of adjustments to the whole rocket based on everything that we've learned. And one of the things that we're learning here is this does not have a good shield on it. So maybe we need to consider putting a shield on the bottom of that. The eject order does need switching. Good spot, dude. I think a couple of RCS pods just to do the RCS thing. Replace that with fuel to give this more fuel. We definitely need more fuel in this stage here. Also, like, do we need 4 engines? Would 2 maybe cope? I don't know. The staircase was rubbish and needs to be improved. Yeah, we need the science. That's what we're trying to get back. You can't speed up warp when you're within a certain distance of Kerbal. It's on its maximum warp at the moment. Rish, thank you for 41 months. You got my driving test coming up. Not going to be around, as this is not my sort of game. No worries, dude. I hope it goes well. Come on. If you disable the warp, it resets. You can do full warp again. That's a bit dumb, isn't it? Well, Delta Prime, that's always the balance in any game. Do you appeal to somebody that wants that level of difficulty, or do you dumb it down, or do you give them the tools to dumb it down? It's such a delicate thing to balance. Like, you could make a space game like this, but you could take a different approach and just say, right, we'll take all the mathematics out of it. You just say, I want to go here, and we'll work it all out. But is that what people want? I don't know. It really is cinema. That's exactly why people love it. Well, but with KSP2, it depends who's in charge. It really does. It depends what the vision is for the game. Some people will argue, let's dumb it down for the masses and make it more appealing. Others will say, keep it really difficult and niche. The bigger the project, the bigger the budget, and that's when they need to get more sales, and that's when they start thinking about making it for everybody. A game like this exists because it starts life as like an indie game, and it doesn't have a big budget, and you don't have to answer the accountants and the publishers. Like, that's literally how indie games behave compared to like triple mainstream games. So we'll see. Yes, indeed, Bigfoot. They have. I think we might be making a third pass at this rate. Blimey. We are there, yeah, but we're just not slowed down enough. Valentina's got that expression on her face like, really? We're going round again? Really? I was kind of hoping to land this time. I remember in the early days of KSP, and people were saying, oh, wouldn't it be amazing if you go to other planets and get fuel and make fuel and stuff? And then somebody came up with some mods that I remember using. I can't remember the name of them, though. And they were the ones that added, like, mining drills and the ability to generate fuel on other planets. It was super cool. Lol tombs. No, it wasn't Kerbalism. I can't remember the name of it now. I used them in I'm sure on my YouTube videos I did it. Yeah, I think it was Cathane mining. Something like that. It was great. You scan the planet, work out where to land, put your drills down, convert it. Once that Perry gets, that Apo, sorry, gets down under 70k, we should be continuous braking at that point. At least that horizontal speed is coming right down. Look at it. Actually, we may be going in this time. Yep, we are. We are indeed. We're going in. Whether we like it or not, we're going in. It's good though, because we're basically losing horizontal speed while slowly descending. Our vertical speed is low, which means we're doing really well on the aero braking. Oh, Andy, lad. If I was at school and my teachers had brought this game out and be like, this is how we can learn about orbital physics, I'd have been all over this. This is lovely. Look at this. We're under 2K a second now. Maybe we should have just designed this to have a giant ablator there. Oh, it's starting to pick up vertical speed now. This is not good. Almost 4-year mission, 2 years waiting to come back. Yep. Good job they had plenty of snacks on board. No, I don't think so either, Tombs. Atari ST couldn't have coped with it. Down to 1,500 meters per second, but we are picking up a lot of vertical speed. Yeah, we're not going to be landing down there today. Ocean pickup. The real question is, at what point do we go for separation? Parachutes are still way too hot. Oh. You watch, we'll land safely and then that thing will smash on top of our head and kill all the Kerbals. A bit too fast for you, 92 months. How many Kerbals were harmed in the making of this stream? I'm not going to lie, we managed to kill all of them on our first approach. I want to know where's that thing gone? We're a long way from the coast. Coming in a little bit hot. There we go. I think we're actually going to make it back. Splashdown somewhere, I heard it. Over there somewhere. It's one of the greatest KSP missions you've ever seen. Dude, I mean, how close was that to not being able to get back? The Delta V wiggle room was just like that. Admittedly, we had to have a couple of goes at it. Like, you know, probably a lot of it was inexperience with the game on my part, and some of it was just sheer trial and error. But getting back, I'm well chuffed about that. Yeah, we'll just land now and get eaten by a shark. I don't know, a few hundred cinema, but like 600-700 maybe, maybe more. Actually, no, we might get more. 1,000. It's a massive mission. Four-year mission. Without doubt, though, if we had not of removed parts and left them on the surface of Juno, we would not have made it back. Even down to things like taking 2 engines off. Even that. Recover vessel. Woo! Success! Can't believe we made it back. I was thinking about rescue missions. Let's see what we get for that. Oh my god! 2016 science. Yikes. Yikes, that's a lot of science. Yeah, we don't talk about the mess we've left behind, Dad Senator. Nobody knows about it. Yeah, we got a load here. Look at this. Crew report. A whole load of stuff at Juno. Temperature scans over Ike. The Midlands. Boy, oh boy, that's a lot of science. Let's do it again. Let's do that again. Oh, caps lock. I guess the thing to do is spend some of that science. 3,250. We can probably buy a lot of stuff now. Nuclear propulsion. That gives us the atomic rocket motor. Let's get that. Heavy landing. Experimental science. That would give you more science. A narrowband scanner. Al Suppression, thank you for subbing. Welcome. Iron propulsion. We did look at that, didn't we? That's the one I just got, isn't it? Oh, that was a nuclear rocket. I thought we already had iron. Is it this one? There it is. That we need that in our life. A giant relay antenna. My God, Tombs. 50 subs. 50. 50 subs gifted from Tombs. Welcome, guys. That is an act of extreme generosity. Thank you so very much. Can we get some Squirrel gift in chat? If you just got a sub, suggest you refresh your page or your app. It'll give you access to a whole load of emotes. And then give Tombs75 a thank you. Because that is very generous. Thank you so much. And welcome to the Nut House. That's a nice celebration, isn't it? Specialized Electrics would give us a rechargeable battery bank and a big fuel cell array, and it would lead on to Experimental Electrics. Oh, the thermoelectric generator. I've seen that before. That gives you a lot of power, doesn't it? Long-term power. You held off till it landed. I'm so glad, Tombs, that you didn't do that as I was focusing on landing that rocket. Yeah, the relay antenna is nice. That's 550. That's 550. That's 1,000. That's 2,100 right there just to get them. Automation, heavy landing. Do we need this? 10-meter heat shield. And large landing gear. I don't think we have any contracts, Tupcho. I don't think I have that enabled. I think the contracts only happen when you've got reputation and stuff, don't they? A lot of this is to do with aerodynamics, so that's mostly planes and things. Although, arguably, some of these things can be useful. Not interested in supersonic flight yet. The Advanced Metalworks gives us a segment, a Clampotron shielded docking port. Shielded version has deployable fins to protect the port during ascent. Random. So you can literally have that on the top of the craft and not need a fairing. I believe contracts is always on. Wait, where do you get contracts from then? Admin building, facilities closed. So where would you get them from? Tupcho? A Rapier engine. Remote guidance unit, MTM stage, and a probe. I think we'll get this. Although that's a lot, isn't it? 1,000 XP. If we're going to send a probe out, I want a big antenna on it. Fuel cell would be nice. Between the hangar and the space thing, you're probably wrong. Do not worry. Sorry, no worries. Don't think science has contracts. That's what I thought. I thought when you have science... when you have science, you can do this. Well, you still need to get science, but when you have career mode, that's when you get reputation and contracts, because contracts and reputation go hand in hand. And then you have a budget as well. Do you have ScanSat? What do you mean? ScanSat then? This one? Narrowband scanner? Is that what you mean? Ideal for surveying potential landing sites, the scanner provides detailed information about the planet or moon that it orbits, though this data is limited to the spot directly below the scanner. What? Rob Johnson, how you doing? 54 months, coming out of Alert Corner to put a coin in the Twitch ticketing machine for a new monthly subscriber ticket. How are you doing? I'm well, thank you, Rob. Hope you're well, mate. Thank you for the resub. I don't know what that's for, if I'm honest. A large holding tank. Can be used for storing raw materials, not to be used as a bouncy castle. Aw. So what's the fun in that? Advanced Metalworks contains the airlock, the coupler. Quad coupler's nice. Shielded dockable. That's useful for 300. I'm going to get that. There's some good stuff in there for 300. Yeah, I kind of want to put a probe on Juno, get that science relay going, then we can get some science for free. That would be a good thing to do. There's a lot of things over at Juno that we haven't done yet. A lot of biomes we've not been to. It would be nice if we can go there and roam around with something. For the large hole in tank with mystery goes, you have a bouncy castle. Very true. Get the RA-100. Was that... Where's that gone? I kind of feel like we should be going down this drone stage here. Yeah, that there. I think we need to get this so that we've got the RA-100 relay antenna now, and then possibly this so that we get the extra probe stuff. Maybe. Doesn't really tell you what it does. Cannot be placed in a storage container, but it can be manipulated in EVA construction. Unmanned, remote pilot assisted, available hibernation mode. It has an antenna on it. That's a MOHO planetary observer, and that's a MOHO transfer module. Houses a control core and generously sized Xenon tank. Perfect for transporting large scientific payloads anywhere where large amounts of Delta V are required. That sounds like a nice thing to have. You scan for biomes, heat maps, resources, just adds another dimension. That sounds useful. Set up a couple of powerful relay probes in space would be useful. I don't know. Do you need to always have them around the planet? I kind of like to go back to Juno and put a probe around it that can relay the science and then scan it and give us a load of information. That would be really nice. In a slightly modified rocket. The playthrough started yesterday, Jake. But it continued on from 2021 when I last played it. A polar orbit mapping probe, exactly. We have one around... was it the moon we put one around? I can't remember. Where have we put Manchester fueling station? Thousands for that. I think we'll grab that. I like the stuff in that one. And then you've got potentially this for 550, or you can go all in with 1,000 again. I don't think that's worth it yet. Don't think that's worth it. Heavy landing gives us a 10-meter heat shield, which could be useful. That's for 300, and that for 550. We can get both of them. Let's get the batteries and the heavy landing to get that 10-meter shield, just in case we want to use that. And that's all the... So everything else now is 1,000, unless we start going down the aircraft route. Basically. We seem to have stuff on the launch pad. How do we get rid of that stuff? How do we just, like, clear the launch pad of junk? Also, can we take control of that probe? Recover debris in Space Center. Yeah, I'm just recovering the bits around. It takes ages to, like, you literally got to jump in it and then recover it. You can't just say recover that. Oh, we got some science out of that. Blimey. Bonus? Right, this thing here, I hope has a remote control on it. If not, we've left a load of space junk. Thinking about putting a probe with the biggest antenna on an orbit somewhere around the sun. Would it do anything? That has a control module. However, it doesn't appear to have any fuel. That's annoying. It has 0.0 delta V. RIP. So yeah, that's staying though. That's not going anywhere in a hurry. We'd literally have to rendezvous with that, chuck some fuel in it, just so that we could deorbit it. Dang it. You can destroy stuff from the space center. Okay. They're all fine. They're fine. Wait. Is that Juna? No way. As if there's a transmission line. From Juna. Like 20... What's that? 20 billion meters. So we can terminate that. This will destroy the vessel, killing all the crew in it. Yes. That is actually transmitting, bizarrely. Okay, right, we can save that now. Right. Recover. 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 And we've tied it up. So the only bits of rubbish we've left behind now is the stuff on Juno. It's 3 o'clock, which means I'm going to take an hour break. When I come back, we're going to reconfigure the rocket, tidy up some elements, put some polish on it now. We learned a lot from that big mission. And then I think what we'll do is we'll do a mission back to Juno and put a probe up. Possibly using some of these Xenon engines. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out in a minute. But I'll be back in an hour's time, so I'm going to grab some food and stretch my legs, so I'll see you all then. If not, if you're heading out, have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you soon. Take it easy, guys. Bye for now.